9-year-old has reportedly ignited a fire that engulfed a 3-bedroom bungalow in the Mandata 2 housing estate, Ilorin West Local Government Area, Kwara State. The incident occurred on Thursday, December 5, 2024. According to the Kwara State Fire Service, the fire began when the child left unsupervised, played with matches that set a mattress ablaze. The flames quickly spread, causing extensive damage to a bedroom, kitchen, and balcony of the building. Eyewitnesses' accounts reveal that the boy's mother was outside the house attending to visitors when neighbors noticed heavy smoke emanating from the building. An alarm was raised, prompting the intervention of the fire service. In a statement, the principal fire officer and head of media and publicity, Hassan Adekunle, confirmed the incident, urging parents and guardians to keep flammable items like matches and lighters out of children's reach. He also stressed the importance of educating children on the dangers of playing with fire. With the festive season approaching, we must also emphasize the dangers of firecrackers, commonly known as bangers. Parents should ensure these items are used responsibly, if at all, to prevent similar tragedies, the statement read. The fire service highlighted the need for vigilance, particularly during school holidays, when children may spend more time at home with limited supervision. The agency called for proactive measures to ensure safety and prevent fire-related incidents. Now, we just previously talked about knockouts.
Yeah.
And arrests, and now we are right here into this story with march and fires. I want to go on one hand first before we get deep into the conversation. Do you think knockouts as a form of celebration, as an item for Christmas celebration, pose a risk to society in that it can cause a fire, in that there could be a knockout being thrown and you're assuming it's knockout, but it's actually real sporadic shooting? Do you think knockouts pose a threat to us as a society?
I actually have a question though. Does the knockout have NAFDAC number?
I think, well, I was going to ask you that because now knockout is imported or probably made somewhere. Okay. So how does it get into the hands? That was going to be my next question, but I need to answer my first question first before I ask you the next one.
I do not, for me, I actually don't know if it is going to be bad or good, because I love fun, and like what you read, rightly said, what you read out to us, what you said, it says under good supervision. I know some people are adults and they can do it well because they know where to do it, because there are no inflammable objects there. But I don't really think it's harmful, depending on where you want to do it. Like shooting knockout with your sense, knowing that okay, there's a generator here, I shouldn't shoot it, except you know that this person is a small child and then he won't know what to do. But for me, I don't think it's really a problem. Now,
because these knockouts are not necessary, I think in previous years there was the knockout shooting is not allowed in Christmas, but never have I heard of a time when it was strictly implemented. Now, knockouts are probably there. Some of it are imported, some of them are locally made, right? And when this gets into, it's been let into the market, it's been let into the stores. Children are able to buy it, and it's not expensive. I think it's about 200 to 500, 400 now. Now, children have access. They take money from their parents. Some of them have to trek from school to buy knockouts for the fun. How do we get to educate these children? Because when someone is in possession of something like a little child, they are not necessarily aware of the fact that if they throw it towards a generator, it's going to become an inferno. It's going to become a flammable situation. Many of them are not informed. How do this information get to the buyers of this pack? You know the way back in the day when you buy a cigarette pack, you see on the pack of it they write something like, smokers are liable to die young. Do you think stuff like that, if put on knockouts, do not throw on instruments like this highly flammable? I've never really used a knockout myself, so I can say for sure what's the details on the pack of the knockout. But do you think if such information is put out there to give people more learning avenues, so we won't have infernos and fires?
For me, I actually think they write the stuff. It might not be like specifically what might explode, but I think they write what you should do with it and where it should be blown.
On the knockout pack.
The way they wrote smokers are liable to die young. I think, but I don't think it is specifically written. And most people now we don't read those things. Even you buy a TV and there's a manual. Most of us don't read that. So I even think even if it is written there, most of them won't even read it. They will just want to buy it and shoot it and throw the pack. So I think that this measure, it might be there already, but people don't read even signposts nowadays.
So how do we mitigate things like this? What are the, what is the locus on how we meet this at the bottom?
For me though, I think if they want to still keep importing or making knockouts, then you should tell the person that is selling it, not to sell to.
So you think there should be an age restriction for people that are able to buy knockouts?
Yeah. It should be, if you know that you're not going to fully stop the import or production of this product, then specifically if you maybe the person is going to buy probably from a depot or probably supplied, there should be a strict rule that so person can't buy just like they say alcohol above 18, although people below 18 they buy now because you don't know their age. So I think they should be educated on who to sell to and who not to sell to.
But when people are trying to make money and there are these kids and they are there with their cash to purchase this knockout,
that's one thing.
Do you think those rules will fly? Quickly to my next question, coming from the angle of the main incident itself and the fire, do you think parents nowadays actually give children aggregate attention as they should, on things to play with? Do not turn on the gas. I personally grew up in that sort of system, and the things you learn were per your age. As you grow, they add new things to it. As you grow up, they add new things to it. Do you think parents actually give children that aggregate attention? As an 11-year-old, do you think that child should have already learned how to use the matchstick?
Oh, the child is 11 though, right?
The child is 11.
Oh, good. I think nowadays parents are just, like I said previously, parents are just leaving the kids to learn from experience, their own experience, because I started cooking when I was very, very little. I was taught what matches was when I was very small, and I was taught where not to light a matches. When I was very small, whenever we see generator, we do not dare to light a match there. We do not dare to use a lighter. When I was very small, we do not dare to even use the knife. When you want to cut something, even if you want to cut orange that you want to lick, I have to go call my mom to come and cut it. Or probably she will cut it and I'm watching that. I started growing and then I learned how to cut for myself. So I think parents nowadays, they are too careless and nonchalant to even do all of those things. And it's causing them a lot of things. I just believe the child was not in there when that stuff blew, or the child was not affected, because I didn't hear you say that. But I think parents now are too careless. Like, they care less about what happens. And when it happens, they're like, oh, my enemies are at it again. Yes, I think that's what it is. They don't care. It's a capital letter now.
Now, you know that generation difference is also a thing. Yeah. For different generations, nowadays we hear Gen Z, all the Z's and the Z's, right? Do you think children right now grow too fast in a way that when you give an instruction, they do not follow suit as such? They want to explore more. They want to know more. They want to experience themselves. There's a parable my father usually used to say when I was growing up. He would say the fastest way for you to learn is to learn from other people's experience, because you don't want to learn from your own experience, right? True. Now, do you think parents of now and children of nowadays actually want to jump the gun and not learn from others' experience but learn from theirs?
Like we always say, charity begins at home. The hand you use in training your child, right from when the child is a baby, is the hand the child is going to grow with. Right. If I let my little daughter keep pinching me so painful and probably slapping me up and down, it will get to a point when the child grows, the child will literally slap me for real. So I think growing up as a child, you have the measure you use in training your children. Even now, I believe there are parents out there that still abide to all these rules, and it works. So I think it's the pattern you use in training that child from when the baby is growing, that the child will use and grow, and then you will not be like, you're spoiled. But I think you spoiled the child already. So I believe kids are growing very fast. True, I don't doubt that. But I also think there is no way you're going to not be able to tame your child because you say the child is growing too fast. The baby is yours. You're the mother or you're the father. You have a way of making this child do that thing, knowing that the other one is wrong. So I just think we can blame the child for growing too fast or not growing too fast, but the parents also have a part to play, because the hand you use in training your child is the hand the child is going to use and grow. And to get to a point where you can't correct what you started. Yeah, so that's what I think.
Thank you so much.